Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today in this video, I'm gonna show how to dual boot macOS Sequoia and Ubuntu on a PC. So before starting, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please go and subscribe to our channel and stay connected for the latest updates. So without a further ado, let's get started. For this dual boot guide, you'll require a PC that is compatible with macOS. To know more about the hardware compatibility list, please check our forum. Separate drive for Ubuntu and macOS installation, a USB with a minimum of 8 GB, and a working internet connection. This guide is focused on installing Ubuntu and macOS on 2 separate drives. Later a guide will be published for configuring a dual boot on a single drive. As of now, I'll be creating macOS installer and Ubuntu from Windows, as I have plenty of USB. If you have only one USB, you can start with Ubuntu, then can use the same USB after Ubuntu installation for creating macOS recovery USB. And now it's time to create macOS Sequoia bootable USB. For this purpose, you'll require OpenCore package and EFI according to your target hardware. To create an EFI for yourself, follow the guide from the I button. Rufus for formatting the USB. Firstly, we'll create a macOS Sequoia bootable USB. And after that, we will install it. For creating the USB, you'll need Python, and I'm assuming that Python is already installed. And now I'll just follow the previous guide of creating the bootable USB. You can find the link below or check out the video from I button. And now the USB is ready for installation. Now it's time to create an Ubuntu USB installer. For that, download the Ubuntu ISO from the link provided under the video description, and after downloading the ISO, plug any USB with a minimum 8 GB capacity, and then open Rufus. Now drag the Ubuntu ISO to the Rufus window, and then modify the following settings, then click on Start, and proceed with all the prompts. After the Ubuntu USB is created, close Rufus, and restart your PC, and boot to BIOS. Here, load BIOS defaults and then change the following settings. After saving the changes, boot to boot menu. Here, select your USB followed by the UEFI prefix, and press enter to boot. With selected try or install Ubuntu, press enter to boot. After reaching the Ubuntu install screen, double-click on Install Ubuntu, and proceed with the installer. After reaching here, select Erase Disk and install Ubuntu, and then click on Next. Now from the Select Drive dropdown, select the drive on which you want to install Ubuntu, and then click on Next, and continue with the installer. While your PC is being restarted, eject the Ubuntu installer USB. After reaching the Ubuntu desktop, make sure to update it first. After Ubuntu is updated, create macOS USB installer, if not created earlier, or plug the macOS installer USB if created earlier, and restart your PC, and boot to boot menu. In my case, I've created the macOS recovery installer earlier. Here select your USB with UEFI prefix, and press enter to boot. After booting to open core, make sure to reset the NVRAM ones. Now boot your PC to BIOS. Here in BIOS, set your USB as first boot option, as macOS installation will restart a few times, and if you don't set USB as a first boot option, you'll end up booting to Ubuntu on every restart. After booting to open core, select EFI DMG, and press enter to boot. From here, select your preferred language and click on the right arrow button. And now before proceeding, make sure that you're connected to the internet. For connecting to the internet, you can use a USB router, USB to Ethernet adapter, Ethernet, or Wi-Fi if available. After getting connected, select Disk Utility and click on Continue. Here, click on View and then click on Show All Devices. Now select the drive you allocated for macOS installation. The allocated drive left for the macOS installation won't have any partitions. Also, you can verify the capacity of the drive you left for Mac installation. After selecting the drive, click on the Erase button and erase the drive with the following parameters. After erasing the drive, close this utility and now select Reinstall macOS Sequoia and click on Continue. And here, if clicking on Continue doesn't work, quit, install macOS and continue with it again, and proceed with the installer. Here, select the drive you created, and then click on Continue. Keep in mind that the installation process may take a while depending on your internet speed, and during the installation, your PC will restart a few times, so don't worry about it. And finally, the macOS Sequoia setup screen is here. Set up your macOS according to your preferences.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn it on and set up your Mac. If you would like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the Escape key.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun, as the stars begin to shine through the clear night.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun, as the stars begin to shine through the clear night.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun, as the stars begin to shine through the clear night.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun, as the stars begin to shine through the clear night.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun, as the stars begin to shine through the clear night.
After reaching the Sequoia desktop, you must make the PC boot independently without USB. For that, mount the ESP of your system drive. After mounting the ESP, copy the EFI folder from your USB and paste it into the EFI partition of the system drive. After putting the EFI jack the EFI partitions and USB as well. And now restart your PC and boot to BIOS. In BIOS, set the first boot option as per your preference. And now you can boot either of the OS using boot menu. Finally, everything is done. Now let me show you each OS working one by one. And macOS Sequoia is working as expected. Let's switch to Ubuntu now. And as you can see, Ubuntu also booted successfully, and working as expected, and the dual boot has been successfully configured to the PC. So that was it. Hope it was useful. Consider like for the video, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, just comment down below, or create a thread on our forum. Make sure to check out the forum for in-depth guides. Thanks for watching and have a great day ahead.